Here we go, quick overview of the Easter egg, here we go. Go speak to Revnov next to Pack-a-Punch when you spawn in. Go get the power on for the whole map, come back to this guy at Pack-a-Punch, speak to him. Go speak to Dr. Peck, I like to call him Dr. Pepper. Come back to spawn, speak to Revnov and get the key card. Now go around to 3 locations, open the lockers to get 3 items inside called serums. Pick them all up in the lockers. There's one at spawn, there's one in the president's office right here, and there's one at the bottom of engineering. Just open these up and collect the serums inside. Come to the hospital, press square on the computer and do this. Some dogs will spawn. Press square to transfer gas and pick up the cool little toy you've got. You want to place that toy on top of these generators above Dr. Pepper, and then you want to go talk to Dr. Pepper. On to the second Easter egg step now, and what you want to do is come to this PC panel. Is it a PC? I don't know. In the data center area, you can interact with it and pick up a device, and this device basically is your tactical grenade, and you can chuck it out when a certain zombie is nearby. So, 3 locations you need to know. One location is this location here. This is near an office. All of these are based around offices, but you know this one. This is next to the helipad area. It's in between the helipad area and the weapons lab area, so that's one location. Another location is pretty much next to it, and this is where the president's room is pretty much, and also where Juggernog is, so that's another second location you want to bear in mind for this step. And also the final location is back at spawn above the Pack-a-Punch in the scientist quarters area. This is the spot in the Travelodge hotel room. What you're going to do is pick up one of your devices and go to one of those locations in your round, and you're going to see some floating C4s, some floating chopper gunners and all this that you can't pick up. That means that a mimic is going to spawn on one of those spots. So I was running about this area here, this certain location, and you can see there's loads of things on the floor, and here we go, there we go, the mimic spawns. So that mimic from this certain location you actually need to suck up in the device. So you want to get it to low health, probably like the tiniest bit left, as I'm going to show you here. And then when you've got it on low health, you want to stay in this location, if you can, and throw the device like I just did there, and double press square so it sucks up that mimic. And if you've done it correctly and there's low enough health, you can go pick that up, it's purple. If you fail, that's cool, you can go pick up another device, but when you've done it correctly, go back to the data center area where you picked up the actual device, and you want to press square to input it into the machine, and you should have 1 out of 3 correct quotes, audio messages. Now go to a completely different new location. You can either go to the one in spawn if you've done man, or you can go to the one which is above Juggernog. I went to the one that was above Juggernog this time. I got a new device because you know you've got to do it all over again. And I went to the Juggernog area, as you can see here. And as you can see on the floor, there's a few C4s, there's a chopper gunner on the floor. I think there was a monkey bomb at some point. So here we go. I'm going to see the mimic spawn. Wait for it. There it is. I'm going to lower its health. And this is an example of what happens if you don't do it well. Not do it correctly, but if the C4 chucky thing doesn't work right, because you've not basically got the mimic to the low enough health it needs to be. It's going to pop back out. It says it's destroyed. Go pick up another one. But I've also figured out, if you know where the mimic spawned and you know the health that you've shot it down to, when it spawns again in the map, as I'm going to show you here, I didn't have to be in that location next to Juggernog. I saw that same mimic there spawn right next to it. I picked up a new device, I threw it down, and I sucked it up, and it worked. So just make sure you know the mimic has spawned from the 3 certain locations, and then if you know the health of it, you can just go around map and find it and throw your device down, put it into the machine, and that for me is the 2nd out of 3 done. You know if it's 2nd out of 3 or 1 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 because it'll say that's good. That is what you need. It'll say memory corrupted or go find another audio message or memory if you've done it wrong. And then the final one, go get another throwy device, I'm going to call it, yeah. And you want to come to the spawn area, and this is, do it in each round, go 1 round, 1 round, 1 round, and just wait for these to spawn in. I saw the mimic chopper gunner and the C4 spawning in the science quarters, shot it to low health, threw my device out, got it sucked up, and picked up the purple device, took it back to the data center area, put it into the machine, and this was the 3 out of 3 for me. put it in there, and you're going to hear loads of quotes, but at the end of it, it's like, it says like, you know, all good, all done. She's going to link the mainframe and all this crap, and then a floppy disk will spawn out of the PC, and you've done that step. I've had too many Skittles. That was serious. Anyway, once you got the floppy disk going, put it into the planning office right here, and then a portal will spawn in here. Go speak to Dr. Pepper. As always, that's a life given. It'll give you some codes. Press on this locker and pick up the item that's dropped on the floor. Yeet. Go pick up the shovel from the Scotch defense. It's just there. There's a shovel. Fantastic. End it round. Come over here next to planning offices. Dig up this. If you fail, mimics will spawn. Try again next round. But you're looking for the white pure Aether container. There's about 20 of these. 1 out of the 20 is going to be like this. This is what you want. This is wrong. The black corrupted ones, if you pick these up, you fail. Do again next round. This is the white pure one. Look for this lovely foggy one and pick it up, and you've got the first Aether crystal. The next one, make sure you're pretty set up. Come to jungle defense, dig up this part of the floor and do a 2-minute lockdown. It's going to hurt you emotionally, so watch out for that. When you've done it, pick up the crystal. That's 2 out of 3. And then dig up this at the end of the round, which is next to the hospital. Use the wonder weapon description. I've got a guide for this. I'll get it in box, and just use the up on the D-pad to noob tube it while it's stood in its position. If it moves, just go find it, and then input the Aether crystals into 3 of the power sources, just like that. And then you want to go and see the portal has disappeared. That's not good, is it? And then you want to come into the planning offices, go onto this computer, use the D-pad to move the white dot onto one of the star satellites. When you see a question mark, press X, and you've done it. You'll see this rogue crap. And then boss fight, make sure you've got full armour, the Gallo on 30 grand upgraded, the wonder weapon, and tombstone. You need tombstone, the perk, it's amazing. Boss fight, just do rings and rings around the truck, around this fountain statue, and just kill the boss. Don't get anywhere close to him. Use a shotgun to his face when the zombies despawn for about 20 seconds. Run around again, and if you go down in tombstone, you can just shoot the boss fight and complete it. Longer version in the description.